You took the win in Moto 1 in Chicago, and it was looking like you could do it again in Moto 2, but decided to wave Ken Roczen by. So as a competitor in this sport, why is there ever a scenario where you would want someone in front of you, and your thought process in that?
So it was definitely, yeah, you don't see it much in our sport because it is just win everything. But obviously, the point side of thing, each race doesn't matter too much as long as you're up there. I mean, if you go 1-2, you have, it's like the Olympic points, or like kind of MX of Nation is. It's 1. So finish first, 1 point, finish second, 2 points. And yeah, that second one, I was pretty sure Kenny got third in the first one. I didn't know at the time, obviously, that Chase and Kenny were tied on points. And in my head, I'm like, we're pushing. I'm not pushing hard, but we're pushing a pretty hard pace. I could see Kenny was pushing, going his max. So in my head, obviously, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I could have a good chance already. I'm going to make up good points on Chase, but if we're pushing and he's still pushing and trying to get a race win on me, and then he crashes and let Chase by, then that big points gap I could have got, that big points leap I could have got to get close to Chase could have been taken away. I only would have gained 6. So kind of letting him by to just make sure, secure that, like he's getting second overall. And I mean, in the point in time, I mean, I think a lot of people took it wrong when I said baby GIF and big brain. I was just pumped I even thought about that. I mean, people who know me, I'm a bit of a muppet sometimes. I laugh at myself. I say dumb stuff all the time. But I think a lot of people took it the wrong way. So I think people who knew me knew I was being actually serious about the baby GIF. I wasn't meaning in a smart aleck way or in a disrespectful way. But obviously, people take it how they take it, and it's a bummer because obviously I could see Kenny's point of view and seeing it obviously took a great win and he was riding very, very well, but sadly enough, I was more focused on trying to win this $1 million and give myself the best opportunity to win this, and letting Kenny by was, at that point in time for me, it was the right decision to make, just to secure that second place for him. People don't like it, but I mean, there's people who can't, who struggle to pay bills on time, and they have months to get that ready. Where I made a split decision in a second or 2 laps, which is only probably 4 minutes in that thinking, and I get wrecked for it from comments and that stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm racing for $1 million. I don't care how I get it done. I'm going to race my heart out. I'm going to race clean, and it's what I've been built for and made for.
So you mentioned split decisions, and so more specifically in that moment, why did you decide to wave him by instead of letting him by organically?
I think the biggest, I mean, I could have let him pass with faking a mistake, but obviously, I mean, all the media and that stuff, and obviously, and Kenny and stuff like that, they're going to take it as, oh yeah, sure. I mean, half of the comments are already saying, because I see it, I don't react to it just because I don't need to. I know that doesn't phase anything. It's an endless battle if I try and reply to it. So it's, I see that, and it's like, yeah, it could have been pressure or not, but I mean, I've dealt with a lot worse of pressure with Chase in the summer this year with him basically breathing down my neck for 35 minutes under a second. So it's, I think if I would have faked a mistake and then came out and said I faked a mistake, obviously most of the fans and most of me would have been like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, well, of course you did. So that's the first kind of thing I thought of, and me being a little dumb and silly, I forgot there's cameras back there and thought I did away with the fans, be slick, but apparently I forgot we have cameras everywhere around the track. So, but I mean, it is what it is. It's last weekend. It's just a split decision I make. It was wrong. And obviously the real thing was my bad. I deserved the warning I got. This in that split section, I made a decision. This wasn't thinking. So yeah.
You talk about pressure. Was the pressure that Roczen was putting on you, did that affect your decision at all in the moment?
Yeah, I don't think it was, the pressure wasn't really a decision made me make that decision. It was more so seeing him how hard he was pushing and making sure he doesn't push too hard and wash a front, then it makes me even further away from Chase almost, yeah.
He said that it's taken a day or two to kind of let things sink in, and now that we're here and LA, do you regret that decision at all, or would you have done it any differently?
I mean, if I would have thought of the rule book at that point in time and knew it was bad, at that point I didn't think of it and probably would have done it differently or something like that. But I don't know. I think knowing the rule book, I just would have just kept on going. But I mean, at that split in time, we make split decisions in those point in time. And do I regret it? Yes, a little bit. Obviously, because of the rule thing, I have to cop that on the chin. But yeah, it is what it is.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.